Howdy Ho, YouTube. Jon-Luke VGC here, back with the Kitakami Woods music to relax us a little bit. Today, shocker, I will be using the team that Justin Tang used to win the San Antonio Regional, the team that Shiliang Tang used to place second at the San Antonio Regional, and the team that Nick Donnelly used to place 19th at the San Antonio Regionals. Right? It was 19th, right? Yes. No, I'm not using three separate teams. It's all the same team. They built it together. They all placed super duper well. I had to use it. My goal is to educate y'all on what's really good in the meta. This team, obviously, placing top 3 in the top 36 or whatever, doesn't matter. Top 20 of the tournament is fantastic. So I got to use it today. Got to test it out. I'm going to show it to y'all. And we're going to let y'all use it if you want to. I'll share the rental and paste in the description down below, along as on the screen right now. So let's go ahead, take a look at the team. So the restricted of choice for these three was Calyrex Ice Rider. So you'll remember a video a little bit ago where I said, is Calyrex Ice Rider on Fraud Watch? No, it's not. I was wrong. I knew I was wrong then. It was funny. I'm really wrong now. That's okay. So it's Terra Fairy, which is really interesting. Clear Amulet as one with Glacial Lance, High Horsepower, Protect, and Trick Room. This is not your standard max HP, max attack, min speed set. This is actually max HP, 116 attack, Adamant to hit a bump, a little tiny bit of defense, a little special defense, and then 116 speed to hit 85. So this is a Tailroom team. If you're not familiar with what that is, it means it gives you the option to use these Pokemon either in Trick Room or under Tailwind. So 85 hits 170, which is going to outspeed a lot of stuff. Most of the things that are going to threaten you or that are reasonable to outspeed. So that way you're not just rocking max speed and you're giving up a ton of bulk that otherwise Calyrex Ice Rider really wants. So how are you going to activate the two modes? Well, Calyrex Ice Rider obviously has Trick Room. That's how you use Trick Room. Much like we saw with Kyogre at the Birmingham Regionals, we have Roaring Moon, Booster Energy, Terra Flying, Photosynthesis with Knockoff, Acrobatics, Protect, and Tailwind. Again, really bulky, 156 Jolly, 174. It's going to outspeed a lot, including a lot of Booster Flutter Mains. Most Flutter Mains are going maybe that high, but usually a little less. So you can get kind of lucky there if you can figure out the speed tier of an opposing Flutter Main that you won't necessarily need to waste your Terra unless you feel like you really need to. So that's how you activate the two modes. What Pokemon are you going to use in them? Well, first we have the tried and true Urshifu Rapid Strike, but a different set than you're used to. It's Mystic Water, Terra Water, Unseen Fist with Surging Strike's Taunt, Close Combat, and Detect. That's right, no Aqua Jet, but Taunt is really good tech. I like it a lot. Lot of HP, 204 HP, 188 attack Adamant, 20 defense, 4 special defense, and 92 speed to hit 129. I believe that outspeeds Timid Pelipper. That would be my guess. So you can taunt any Pelipper you want to stop a Tailwind. At least that's my assumption on why that specific EV spread is there. You also have Ogerpon-Hearthflame, Terrifier Mold Breaker with Ivy Cudgel, Hornleech, Follow Me, and Spiky Shield. Another interesting set, 220 HP, only 12 attack, which is not that uncommon. Impish Max Defense, and then 20 speed. So why Impish Max Defense? I believe it allows you to survive an Ivy Cudgel from Ogerpon Quarterstone. I think that is, I know it either 100% lets you survive or it gives you a really favorable roll to survive. I did not run that calc before this, and I probably should have, but that is why they have that EV investment in particular. You have Landorus, Life Orb, Terra Water, Sheer Force with Earth Power, Sludge Bomb, Sandsteer, and Protect. Again, really bulky, max HP, a lot of special attack, 124, 132 speed to hit 138. It is faster than Ogerpon, is my guess, but I'm not totally certain why those EV bumps are there. And then finally, we have really the star of San Antonio, if I'm being honest with myself, Amoongus, Terra Fairy Covert Cloak Regenerator with Pollen Puff, Spore, Protect, and Rage Powder. 244 HP, 156 defense, Impish, Relax, sorry, because it's minus speed, and 108 special defense. So this is actually a pretty standard Amoongus set. The only thing you're seeing is that they have Pollen Puff instead of Sludge Bomb, which Sludge Bomb is actually picking up a lot more in popularity than some of the more traditional Amoongus moves. So how are you going to utilize the team? Well, much like, similar to like the kind of world's winning Koraidon team, you're going to figure out which mode you want to go with and lead accordingly. So if I were to go Trick Room, I'm leading like Cali Ice with Ogerpon or Amoongus. And that way I can always redirect, get the Trick Room off, go to town. Normally it's Ogerpon because I don't really care if Ogerpon goes down, especially because we're in Trick Room. I really want to make sure that I have Amoongus on the field with me. Or if you're going to go the fast mode, you could lead like Cali Ice Roaring Moon, Urshifu Roaring Moon, Lando Roaring Moon, something like that. So you can get the speed up real quick and start going to town. those are kind of the moves. You're usually going to lead like a damage dealer plus a support Pokemon in order to enable whatever you need it to do. It's similar to when someone's leading like something plus Speed Booster, ICU, and Fluttermane. You know what I mean? That would be my guess. So overall, I think the team doesn't require a ton of explanation. It's pretty intuitive. You get used to it pretty quickly because the team comp is really forgiving, which is probably my favorite thing about the team, is that you can make a mistake or two in the match, and the team is so good that you can claw yourself back in with less struggle than you would on other teams. So thank you so much, Justin, Shiliang, and Nick, for sharing this team. I'm so excited to use it today. And for all y'all, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, become a channel member. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers. I really want to get there. And let's go ahead, hop into the battles. All right, we are facing That's a +1. Okay, that's pretty cool. With Kyurem Black, Fluttermane, Torn, Indeedee, Ditto, and Shenpao. Interesting team. Don't quite know what to do with it. Okay. So they've got speed. Kind of my thing here. I'm wondering if I really want to go with... I think I probably want to go a Trick Room route if I can. I don't know. Kyurem Black is interesting. It's Dragon Ice. 2 ice types makes... I definitely want Urshifu in the back. But who do I want in the far back? I have Terra Water on. Terra Flying there is bad. And Amoongus is Terra Fairy. I probably want to do this, right? Yeah. I'm uncertain. I mean, That's a +1 cooks, so I don't really know what this team does. So I'm a bit nervous about like exactly how to pilot into it. So we'll see. But I would anticipate relatively standard sets. Fun fact, I've actually faced That's a +1 before in person when I was in Charlotte. Like we faced near the end. Kyurem and Tornadus, yep. So you could be a Dragon Dance set. Like, I'm almost tempted just to double protect to scout, but I'm afraid of setup. And who do I have in the back? But assuming that this is... Let's just do this. Okay. I'm hoping he sets up a Tailwind or he goes for a Taunt. That's my thing. I don't want to waste my time here and get taunted. Yep. That's exactly why I did that. And it goes into the Terra Fairy. That's pretty huge. Yep. Crit. Massive. And Torn goes down to Sash, as long as knocking out his restricted. That was my fear, and that's ultimately the reason I went for a Terra Fairy. So normally you're going to see... I'm going to move you all just a little bit. You're going to see that set run like Band or... well, I'm just going to Glacial Lance again. Spiky Shield. Battle was canceled. Yep. Good games to my opponents. That was basically... So I got a little lucky there because So this was my thinking, right? So that was a pretty bad game for That's a +1. I'm actually going to pause after this, hop over into probably Twitch, say hi, and be like, hey, sorry about that. But so when I see Kyurem black like that, there's two primary sets that I'm going to think. Scale Shot with loaded dice, or like Dragon Dance Outrage. The Outrage made sense because he was going for straight damage. My fear, ultimately, I was like, I don't think you're going to go for an ice move into this slot. So I really want to make sure that you don't... You're going to go for a dragon move if you go into this slot. I think it's really, really safe to Terra Fairy here. I don't want to Trick Room because I'm afraid of a Prankster Taunt and I don't have a way to block it. So I'm like, I'm just going to go for straight damage. Like, that's all I can do. If Outrage goes into Ogerpon, a bit of a harder moment there, but I can just protect the following turn with whatever other Pokemon I have. He's locked into Outrage and I can do it again. And then I'm going to get 2 KOs effectively. So I think I was in a really good position there, but I used the Terra out of an abundance of caution, and it really worked out in my favor because Outrage went into that slot. So good game. That's a +1. Good game. Let's do another one. All right. David is rocking. All right. Is this like a team I've seen? Hang on. Nico posted an Alcremie CIR team at some point recently, right? Is it this one? No, not even close. Okay, well, Iron Valiant makes things scary out the gate. Double Terrain is also interesting. So, I think bringing in my own Calyrex Ice Rider and my own Ogerpon is really good here, because that answers so many of the things that they have on their side of the field. I want my own Urshifu. And I want Amoongus. I can't tell if this is Trick Room or not, to be honest with you. It probably is. My guess would be that it's really slow Alcremie. They set up Trick Room and they decorate under Trick Room. If they're really cooking, it could be Scarf on the Alcremie. What does Ampharos do? Okay. Ampharos, static, and plus. Okay. Too nervous to eat berries. Okay, so theirs went second. So does that mean I'm faster? Probably. I think I just want a Glacial Lance. Am I going to want to Terra anything else under Trick Room? No, for sure not. Ivy Cudgel. The Indeedee. Can I stop the Trick Room coming up? That's kind of my question. Now that I'm thinking about it too, the Alcremie's probably Sweet Veil, because then that stops you from getting taunted. So in theory, they probably have Alcremie in the back. No, it's Aroma Veil. It's probably Aroma Veil, so that way I wouldn't be able to taunt the opposing. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to deal some damage real quick. This actually might not KO with how little attack investment is in this Ogerpon, which I think would be pretty okay. Perfect. Now I'm going to get a boost. Is it a eject button? Okay. Well, something has to take a Glacial Lance now. Alcremie. Yep, that's what I figured they have in the back. So Alcremie's not really going to love this. Yep. Glacial Lance. Beautiful. Couldn't ask for a better turn one. Yep. Awesome. I'm going to click Glacial Lance again. No, I'm just going to press on the gas. I'm pressing on the gas here. Going straight into Calyrex. What are you, Terra Fire, Terra Water? Terra Water. That's totally fine. That is totally fine. I could have gone for the Horn Leech here, but if they were Terra Fire, it didn't do anything either. Still did a good chunk. Was that a crit? No. I'm still faster. Alcremie goes down. That was a crit on Calyrex, though. Yeah, I could have called the Terra Water, but the Terras on Calyrex right now are so varied that there's just no set. Okay. So who comes out now? Back into Indeedee? Ampharos. What does Ampharos do? Is it gonna paralyze me? I bet you it gets like Heal Pulse or something. Something silly. No. Discharge maybe? Thunder Wave? I don't know. I'm gonna Trick Room. I'm gonna Spiky Shield. Do I really care? Yes, let's try this. Meteor Beam, Ampharos. Who's it going into? That's actually kind of okay. Okay, that's fun. High horsepower. Yep. That's fine. Calyrex was hurt. I can go into Amoongus now. This Amoongus has what? Citrus or Rocky Helmet? Covert Cloak. Ah! I wish it was. Well, I'm faster for sure. So I'm just gonna Spore Calyrex. Go for the Ivy Cudgel into Ampharos. You're probably gonna Protect Follow Me, right? That's fine. Yep. That's fine with me. No need to double into the Calyrex. Bonk. And there goes that. Yeah, my thought process there is it's like, if I put the Calyrex to sleep, it doesn't really matter. Does Ampharos get Follow Me? Nope. And now you're neutral. How many more turns of Trick Room are there? And you can't protect. 2. I'm gonna Spore Calyrex again. Ivy Cudgel, the Ampharos. Well, I'm just gonna Ivy Cudgel Calyrex. There's no point. Go to bed. But you don't have your Power Herb anymore, so it doesn't really matter. And you don't have Safety Goggles. Why didn't I go for Horn Leech? Because I didn't think about it enough. Literally it. The whole thing. Jon-Luke, you could have gone for... I could have. I didn't think enough about it. I clicked the buttons too fast. I do that sometimes. Okay. Well... You don't have Vital Spirit. Go to bed. Sleepy time. Amoongus coming in clutch. San Antonio was Amoongus' time to shine, and I'm continuing the trend. How much does this do? I don't know. I don't know my Ampharos calcs. Night-night. Well. Doesn't matter what I click here. Might as well keep the trend going. Battle was canceled. Good game to my opponent. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that Ampharos Meteor Beam crit mattered. What's its base special attack? Special attack 115 is not bad. Like, let's say it's like modest or quiet. Let's say it's quiet because it's it's probably min speed, right? Yeah, 54. Like max HP, max special attack. 183 plus 1. I'll run the calculator. I'll put it in somewhere. I don't know how much... I really need to run that calc. I don't know how many Ampharos you're going to run into on ladder. But hey, that's a thing. Okay. Well, good game to my opponent. They played well. That was a cool team. I like the team. But yeah, I just think going for the Glacial Lance turn 1 was maybe a misplay because I don't really want the Trick Room setup, but they could have gone lucky at the crit or it could have KO'd anyways. It's super effective +1, so it's like, you know what I mean? But yeah, good game to my opponent. Let's do another one. Okay. Super standard Terapagos. Rillaboom. Actually, this might be the Terapagos team I featured some time ago. Hang on. Half of this video today is just going to be me looking up the team sheets for these things. Rillaboom, Chenpao, Terapagos, Fluttermane, Urshifu, and Incineroar. There's that one I used. That one had Iron Hands, though. Is it? I don't remember. Yeah. Wang Yu Zhang, the world's top 8 team. Is this it? I think so. Speed Booster, Flutter. Yeah, it has all the same Pokemon. So we'll assume that this is it. I have Taunt on Urshifu, which is nice. Along with Tailwind. Calyrex is pretty good here. Instant is meh. So I think I want to lead Ursh. I want to lead Ogerpon. Or I probably want to lead Calyrex. Back Roaring Moon for Tailwind. And Ogerpon, I think. Yeah, let's do this. Taunt. Wait, does this character have Taunt? Am I thinking of the wrong team? That one does. No, yep, I'm thinking of the right one. Okay, Surging Strikes, Taunt, Close Combat, Detect. I like that. I have played Urshifus before where they gave up Close Combat for Taunt, and I don't like that. Don't like that one. I need the CC. I'd rather give up the Aqua Jet. Fluttermane and Chenpao. Okay. All right, so here's the deal. Your Speed Booster. So if this is the same team, you do not have Shadow Ball. So I'm actually happy to go Terra Water, Surging Strikes, Chenpao, and Protect. You have Moonblast, Icy Wind, and Thunder Wave. A lot of turn 1 Terras here, which is really interesting. I feel a little aggressive with them. But I have another... Oh, there we go. This will basically guarantee the KO onto Chenpao. Okay. So I Protect. What did they do? I'm hoping Moonblast. So they do have Shadow Ball. Okay, well that's a problem then. And Sacred Sword, nice. Okay, so this is a deviation of the team. So I think a single Shadow Ball does it. There's Speed Booster. So I wonder how much damage I actually take. But I guess I don't really need to risk it. I could go Roaring Moon, and then... I guess it depends on what they lead here. What they come in with. Did they come in with Terapagos who got something? Lasso. Okay. Now I can just Surging Strikes the Fluttermane. Swap into Roaring Moon, I think. Take out one threat at a time. This is a really bulky Ursh, so I would anticipate that it could actually take whatever these two want to throw at it. 204 HP, 20 defense, and 4 special defense, but just a lot of HP. If they go for the Moonblast here, good on them, but I don't really think I need the speed control. Moonblast, okay. So I don't survive it. That's okay, though. Your defense fell. So you're probably locked into that, would be my guess. I can go Ogerpon here. If they have Shadow Ball, then my guess is that they don't have... I'm gonna Acrobatics this slot. That's fine. Who's faster anyways? They are. That's okay. Acrobatics. Here's an Ivy Cudgel. And the Flutterman goes down. That, to me, screams that it's not very bulky. They made a good read doubling into the, they made a really good read doubling into the Ursh there, but I actually think I'm kind of fine. This Ogerpon is max defense impish, right? Yeah, because it survives an Ivy Cudgel from opposing... It's, yeah, because it can survive an Ivy Cudgel from an opposing, Where's she going? Terra Water. I'm still going to be faster than Ursh, because I'm like Jolly, so I'm not max speed, but I'm always going to be faster. That's a lot. And you're going to go for the Surging Strikes. I would actually anticipate that I live this. Yep. We'll see. Yep. Calm Mind, that's fine. And no more Terra. That max defense Impish is coming in handy, that's for sure. But now you can only attack one Pokemon at a time because you can't Terra. I don't live on a lot, but I live. The play where they doubled into Urshifu, I maybe should have predicted that a little bit more. That was a pretty obvious play for me to swap there. I'm never punished right now. In this instance, I double Terapagos. I'm confirmed faster, so I want to knock off. Battle was canceled. Okay, good game to my opponent. I don't think they had a great chance, but you know, depending on how much damage Terra Starstorm can do, they maybe had an opportunity there to do some stuff. So I think maybe they quit a little bit early, but yeah, that max defense Impish really coming into play there. So really cool call by them. Yeah, I believe it's used to survive an Ivy Cudgel, an unterred Ivy Cudgel from Rock Pond. Either most of the time or all of the time. I didn't look. Maybe I'll throw something here to tell you yay or nay on how often you survive it. But yeah, surviving on that 13, that basically guaranteed me the game. But yeah, so good game to my opponent. I think they played well. The turn where I made the really obvious play of swapping my Calyrex out on the Shadow Ball and then going for the letting them KO my Ursh and take my Terra away basically for free. But to me, it was like, okay, first, if they just run back the same play, they got that. But maybe it was kind of obvious that they weren't going to do that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if making that call there was really the better play. I was still in a pretty winning position nonetheless, but I could have really been on the up and up if they If they had done the same thing, I guess my question is if they did, if I knew my calcs better, I was like, even if they go for this Shadow Ball, will it matter? Like, I'm not gonna go down, probably, right? Because I have a ton of, like, defensive investment in this, is my question. Like, how much that does, is the damage worth it? That's maybe something I should have looked at a little bit more, because, yeah, because of my bulk, it's like, does it even do 50%? Like, does it matter? But then all of a sudden, later down the road, you know, Urshifu's there, so, you know, it's a game of play I had to kind of figure it out. But either way, good game to my opponent. Let's do another one. I'm gonna get wrecked by this, aren't I? Let's find out. We have Indeedee, Lapras, Chi-Yu, Zamazenta, Urshifu, and Sneasler. Sneasler is a little frustrating here. I'm actually prepared to go an entirely different mode here. You two? You. What is this? Psychic Seed Sneasler, probably? That's my guess. I might have to Terra something. Do I want Amoongus? Kinda, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do against this. Seem kinda cooks. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, Lapras? Is that a Perish Song endgame? I like Perish Song. I don't know. They're not like high rank, but they're not low. They're like in the 8,000s, which to me, using a cookie team like this is pretty good. Like not cookie as in like cookie cutter, cookie as in like chefing it up. Utilizing a Lapras. Okay, Lapras and Dark Ursh. So you could be Icy Wind. That would be my guess. I was watching a James Beck video, and that's what they were using. So I would anticipate Urshifu to detect here. I'm really going to want to save Terra, aren't I? I might just have to let stuff go down. I am just going to Earth Power you. And knock off you. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yep. I'm expecting an Icy Wind to come through. Still does a lot. Assault Vest. Okay, that's pretty massive. But it doesn't go down. That stinks. Freeze Dry. Okay. That's actually not too bad. I'm pretty okay with this. Because now I can go here. And yes, you quad resist, but you're so low. Who do they have in the back? Sneezy Wheezy. And Shen Power, right? But if I Terra Fairy, I have Amoongus actually, so... Terra Fairy, Glacial Lance. Acrobatics into Shifu. I'm not slow. I know that Lapras is really slow, right? From the Wolf Parrot, from the Wolf Oko move video, right? 60 speed. I don't know. Okay, actually it's not that, so I have to hope it has no investment. Oh, that won't do it. Yeah, that does absolutely nothing. Okay. In close combat. Not the end of the world. I should pick up 2 KOs here. There. Good call. I mean, I wasted my Terra. But I don't anticipate they would have Sneasler in the back, right? I would anticipate they have, like, maybe Ndidi and Zamazenta. Yep. Okay, so 9 times out of 10, Zamazenta is going to have Wide Guard. They have not terrored yet, so I'm actually pretty happy to double protect here. I get punished by an Iron Defense, but I doubt that they're actually going to have that. I want to see if I can beta Terra, or if they can reveal Wide Guard. That's what I want to do. Nope. So no Terra, which isn't my favorite thing in the world. Be really cool if they Trick Roomed. Trick. Okay. Interesting. Darn it. Okay, that's not amazing. So they do have Iron Defense, which is pretty rare. In that instance, then, I'm pretty happy to Glacial Lance. And Spore. What are you giving me? Choice specs? That's fine. You should go down to this. And another Iron Defense. I still did a lot. That was a crit. Okay. I was kind of hoping to beta Terra. So now I'm +3 and you're spored. So I can just kind of keep dealing damage, I guess. It's not going to let me. So let's see how much this does. Time for a wet noodle fight. Battle was canceled. Oh, they did that way too early. Yo, they canceled way too early. What? I was locked into Glacial Lance, and it's not very effective. I would have needed another crit. They totally had the opportunity to. I mean, I could have kept putting them to sleep. Basically, I could have given myself as many chances as possible to get that crit. So it's like, I had a lot of turns left in the match, but I still had to. I had to get pretty lucky. So, because my thought process there is like, I was really trying to bait out a Terra. It's like, okay, if I go for, because my guess, if they're Iron Defense like that, they're probably like, what, Terra Grass? Maybe? Terra Dragon? Terra Dragon is the most common. So I go, okay, if I can bait a Terra out, then I can safely lock myself into a move. Because indeed he went for the trick, it was either Scarf or it was Specs. Like 9 times out of 10, maybe like Iron Ball, but that doesn't really matter. I'm going to be slower anyways. So it's like, I think that was a misplay. I don't know why they didn't just start going straight for Expanding Force. I would have just gone straight for Expanding Force, but Zamazenta rarely runs Iron Defense anymore. Like, most of the time, you're going to see Body Press, Heavy Slam, Wide Guard, Protect. So I did get punished on the double Protect turn by that Iron Defense, but I still think I made kind of logically the best play, because it's like, okay, you're really not seeing that anymore, because at least to players now, the additional boost isn't worth it because of getting the +1 already upon switch in. A +2 doesn't equate to twice as much damage, and so that additional turn of Iron Defense setup, you could have just 2-hit KO'd something with Body Press, and so it's not really particularly worth it in order to do that. So, yeah, cool team. I really wanted to see more of it. I would have loved to see more of that team. I hope you watch my video, whomever you were. And if you do, please send me that rental paste. I want to see it so bad. It was such a cool team. But all right, good game to my opponent. Let's do another one. Okay, Koraidon. Offense. We have Urshifu, Fluttermane, Chenpao, Chiyu. Don't know why I forgot that. Koraidon and Raging Bolt. Is this the team I just featured? No, I don't think so. Is it though? Hang on. Every single time we're looking up team sheets. Alex U Splash posted a new video. I'll watch that later. Got 50 seconds. Buttermane, Shiyu. No, it is not. Okay, what am I going to do into it? That's the bad thing. Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. I need to set up Trick Room. I think. You. And you, I think. Yeah, this is what I gotta do. I think I need to set up Trick Room here. I really do like these kind of Tailroom teams. I'm probably not gonna outspeed them, but I can underspeed them and set up Trick Room. So I would anticipate like Shiyu Koraidon. Fluttermane Koraidon. That's actually fine. This is actually really good. Unless this is specifically safety no, I got follow me on the field. This is great. Yeah, this is insanely good. Unless this is Imprisoned Trick Room Fluttermane, which is just like never really the case. So I'm just gonna Trick Room. And I'm gonna follow me. Terrifier. This Fluttermane should move first, no matter what. Yep. That is helpful, because now I can just double out with... That's fine. That's specs if I ever did scene one. Yep. Nice. Going Lando. I'm just gonna Glacial Lance. And I'm gonna Earth Power. No need to threaten the miss. No, I'm not going for a Sandsear Storm. I'm not threatening the miss. Because you should just Decleam again. Yep. So you're spexed for sure. Send in Raging Bolt. Ursh. Nice. Terra Fairy Glacial Lance. Earth Power. Can't Terra. This is a pretty bulky Lando. Right? Yeah, very bulky. 244 HP. That's fine. Goes over half. And now I bring in Amoongus. Good call on their part. I would assume Raging Bolt's the last one. And how many more turns of Trick Room are there? Yep. 2. All right. A Glacial Lance. A Rage Powder. Battle was canceled. Good game to my opponent. Yeah, I thought a double redirection there would be pretty safe. In my head when I started that match, I was like, all right, Calyrex Ice Rider is going to be like the main go for this one. It's like it's going to basically deal all the damage. So as long as I can just kind of safely redirect, we're good. To me, that means that might be banded. That might have been banded Ursh. So that was pretty bulky. I don't know. I'd have to run the calc on that. Not a lot of like direct defense, but a lot of HP on that Lando. So if that was like banded plus AV Bolt, there's nothing they could have done. I just Rage Powder, I Glacial Lance, I double KO. Even if I don't, Bolt would need to Draco Meteor into the Amoongus slot in order to KO. And now all of a sudden it's -2. I can... Sun's probably almost done, so I can like stall a turn with Protect, maybe get rid of the Sun, then just go for another Glacial Lance, and then they're just cooked, you know? They might still be faster. Actually, they're probably... Would they be? I don't know. That would be a rub, but then they would need to go... Well, they can't go for the Draco Meteor into Cali because I'm Terra Fairy. So then they would have to go for an electric type move. So, but now they're -2. So Thunder, and I have fantastic special defense. So I don't know. At that point, yeah, now we're talking rolls and stuff. So that's what I'm particularly interested in seeing. But either way, good game. But if they were AV, then they're cooked. They're done. So good game to my opponent. Yeah, I think they played really well. Let's go ahead and hop into the outro. All right, everyone, that is the team. What are my thoughts? It's great. There's a reason it placed first, second. Wait. A little behind the curtains. I always record the outro before I record the intro. Let me go right here real quick. This team placed what? First and second from Justin Tang and Shiliang Tang. Nick Donnelly used it as well. Control F. Nicholas Donnelly placed 19. So I placed first, second, and 19. Yep. The team rules. It's super good. It feels really strong. I love these kind of like Tailroom middling speed teams that you can go one way or the other with. Yeah. I don't necessarily know how on the like Roaring Moon bandwagon I am. Personally, I understand its appeal and I see why it's good, but you'll probably notice from the battles today I didn't use it very much, and that might just be because it doesn't fit my playstyle super well. So we might move that one to user error more than anything else. But yeah, I think the team's fantastic. Of course it is. Shiliang Tang, Justin Tang, Nick Donnelly, y'all rule. It's so good. Use it if you want to just, especially as the new season is about to start. This is coming out on Friday, right? So I think that's the last day of the month. So as like tomorrow happens, if you would like to use this team, just do it. It's so strong. It's forgiving. You can make mistakes with a team and you can come back. And that to me is a sign of a really, really good team. So that's enough Tang glazing for the day. Yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, become a channel member. And please subscribe. We're near 900. We're getting real close to 1,000. Y'all are amazing. I would really, really love to hit that number before Valentine's Day. So I can afford a nice dinner for my partner. I can do that. It's fine. Only subscribe if you want to, not because you feel like you need to. But thank you so much. And I hope you all know that you are appreciated. All right. Peace.